Hey guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It feels so weird to be sitting right here and to be saying welcome back, because technically it's welcome back for everybody. Welcome to my channel, because I haven't been here in 7 months, but I'm back. Basically this video is going to be a update of where I've been, how I've been, what I've been doing, what's been going on around me. Life has definitely been lifing for me, but I'm glad I'm able to experience it. It's gonna play a big part in my future and how I get around. So I'm just feeling everything and praying I make it through. I kind of have some of the more frequently asked questions right here for people who want to know, and just in general, honestly. And so I can give the people on my channel an update of who I am now and where I've been. And if this is your first time ever seeing me, hi, I'm Nay. Hopefully I can get back in the groove easily and get back to my YouTube family. So the first question will be, am I coming back like full-time? Full-time is a bit of a stretch, but as a teenager, yes. I have a life, of course, outside of YouTube, so I would just have to construct it how I used to always do, and it works completely fine. Still possibly 1 video a week. Some weeks I do snazzily get 2 videos in, but life is life and life happens. So I don't try to put an overload on myself or stress myself out. So I am back and we're gonna get to know each other again, and I'll be seeing my uploads and my updates. And if you follow me on social media, I do post on there. As of right now, I'm not on social media at all. Definitely a good needed of social media detox for this summer. I just feel like I'm consuming in everybody's energies, whether that be TikTok drama, celebrity drama. Though it has nothing to do with me, I do believe in other people's energies attaching to people, and I felt like that was what was happening to me. So I did delete Instagram, I deleted TikTok, all the other social medias that I was on. Only thing I am on right now is YouTube. I will be getting it back pretty soon, maybe in a month, because I do have some trips coming up as well as school. So that's that. But I am here and I'm back and I'm very happy. Speaking of school, that leads us to my second question. I mentioned in my videos before I did go MIA that I did do the testing for early college and applying for stuff like that, and I did get in, which is literally a blessing sent from God. I could not be more grateful to be in early college as a freshman. Well, I got in as a freshman, and this also goes together. At school, I am a sophomore, but with my grades and my classes and GPA and all that stuff, I am academically appraised as a junior, which is, girl, that's cool. I didn't see that happening. I definitely had high hopes for me getting into early college, but I didn't know I would be appraised as a junior. So I do have the ability to graduate a whole year early, which I am so beyond grateful for, and I would not have had this opportunity whether it had not been for my family and friends and of course God. So I do start college in like 2 weeks, which is so scary, but I do have some friends who also got into the program. So I'm not by myself. It's 30 of us from the 3 schools that are in my district. So I do have some friends from other schools coming as well, which is so cool, and I can't wait to see what it is. So I also don't know if I mentioned it in a video I ever posted, but if you do follow me on social media, you might have saw it. I am moving. I'm not moving states. I wish I could. But I am moving a little bit farther out from where I am now. it does play in well because I will be getting my car in just a few months, maybe weeks. Before my birthday, I'll be getting my car. I already have my Lego things, which is so cool. I got my permit on my first try. Your girl is very big brain, that we can agree on. I do start driving school really soon, so I can get my license earlier than most. It's kind of bittersweet because this is technically my childhood home. I've had other homes other than this, but this is where most of it happened. I moved into this house just after my 7th birthday, and we are moving, which is such a crazy thing. It's a blessing from God that we were able to do it anyway, and I'm so happy to see where life goes with that. Starting the moving process, it is a lot. I'm so sick and tired of picking up things and putting it into the moving truck and putting it into storage. I'm exhausted when it comes to that. As soon as I hear it, I get irritated. But it's also another thing to see how my home looks empty. Like, if you notice, I used to have pictures here and here and here, and my room is just pretty plain now. No decorations, no nothing. Everything in my closet is down. I had a pretty iconic closet, and it's just plain and white now. But I'm not moving too far, but who knows what the future holds. I'm not the type to put all my business out on social media because I just find it very off, and it can also be seen in my perspective as attention seeking, but you never know what people go through or how they cope. But a definitely frequently asked question by people I know or people who find me attractive or whatever the case may be: am I in a relationship? No, I am not. I had to come to a realization that right now, on this point of time and in this moment in my life with things going on, a relationship is not my focus, if that makes sense. I don't want to sound like crazy or anything, but that's not what I'm focused on. I have a really big future ahead of me, and that should be my main focus. I can have friends and, make new connections with people and all that jazz, but being fully committed to someone is that should not have my full attention right now. When it comes to being committed to someone, that's not my problem. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I am just a teenager, and I have so much life ahead of me, and I don't want to be weighed down. Now, that's not me saying I'm going to be out and doing willy-nilly stuff, because that's not the kind of person I am. If I'm single, I'm single. Moving on from my ways in the past, where if I was single, I could talk to people. I'm not really interested in talking to anyone, which people find crazy. I had someone tell me I'm too pretty to be single. I don't know if that's a compliment or insult, but I would like to be in a relationship with myself for a good while, and I say until college. Oh, I'm already in college. Until 18, 19, maybe in my 20s. I don't know. That's when life really starts to pick up. But I would like to get to know me more and get to grow my relationship with God. That's more important than anything in the world. If I have no relationship with God, I have no relationship with no one else or myself. God looks for relationships, not routines. If you know me personally or have ever watched my videos, you guys know that I'm very God-bound. I grew up in a very Christian home with a very Christian family, a very, very Christian mother. And that is something I would like to pursue, because if I don't have my relationship with God, I might not have my future, and that's not what I want. And that's also not me saying if anyone who is watching this is not Christian or follows any religion, you won't have a future. That's not my words. I'm just saying, out of my perspective and my family and how I grew up, that's just flatline. So relationships are not my focus. I'm completely open to new friendships, but right now, for the next couple months, no. No new friendships, no new nothing. Maybe in a few years, if I'm ready, God tells me I'm ready for a relationship, yes, girl, find your man. But right now, I'm happy with my 2 best friends and my brother and my related family. I'm perfectly fine. Speaking of my brother, y'all have never seen him, so we'll have to get him on a video. And this is, to even say it out loud, this is no disrespect to any person I've ever talked to in the past. I've only had 3 relationships and 1 talking stage, so that kind of says a lot. I don't get around. On to my next question. Well, the next 2 questions. The first one is how are you, and the next one is how has 2025 been treating you? And those 2 together, from about February to April, girl, that was a time. That was definitely a time. I'm healing now. It is now June. We are in the month of June. I'm healing, and I am so thankful to be healing, because where I was from February to April, a train wreck, a complete train wreck. Y'all know I do struggle with some health issues, with the main one being my heart. I do have a heart condition. I don't know if I've ever made that clear on my channel, but I know y'all see my heart monitor maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times. But yes, I do struggle with the heart condition. And when I'm in distress and going through so much in life, especially as a teenager, it definitely puts some weight and straining on my heart. So I was going through it, for real. To be open and honest, because that's what this channel is mostly about, open and honesty. The first start of this train wreck was my parents are separating. It was kind of an offset for a little while because I've grown up with my parents together, but I have so many friends who have gone through the parents separating thing and who are completely okay with this. Some don't care, but I'm so lucky to have them a part of my life, because if I didn't, I don't know where I would be in this point in time, because it was definitely something. I still speak to my father. I live with my mother, of course. It's just God didn't ordain it, so it just didn't work out. But I'm not here to put all my business out on the street. So that was the start, and then my mom brought up the idea of moving. I've always wanted to move out of this house, but now that it's starting to become real, it's becoming to be more bitter rather than sweet, because this is my childhood home. You know how many different rooms I had? I had a pink room, I had a blue room, I had so many rearranges of my stuff. It's just a bittersweet thing to be moving on now. But it's also, I'm also so grateful that I get to start a new chapter in my life. And y'all don't know how happy I actually am to start my new chapter. Like, I have so many plans, and I know God has so many plans for me. So it is just, it's something I am definitely looking forward to. And saying goodbye to the past is definitely something I know a lot of people struggle with. But you don't want to bring your past into your present, and definitely not your future. So letting go is the best thing you can do. If you let go and let God, do you know how many things will open up? Some people or some things that are in your life are blessing blockers, and they stand in the way of doors, and you can't open a door if someone's standing in front of it. So you have to let that thing or that person go and step to the side, so you can open up bigger things, open up bigger cans and doors and dreams. I really got into my Bible. I opened it up more. I asked for help more. I am so down to earth when it comes to my podcast and watching sermons, and I love watching like Mel Robbins or Save Not Soft. Those 2 are my top 2 podcasts, and especially Pastor Mike Jr. If nobody has ever heard of him, please look him up if you're a Christian and you practice Christianity. He is amazing. After opening up my Bible, I feel like my heart opened up, and especially my eyes, to see what was going on around me, who was going on around me, things I needed to change, I needed to start and or stop. It's just, when I opened up my Bible, I started to become the person I want to become, and I'm gonna keep going on my journey. I am on a journey of renewal at the moment, and it's the best choice I've made so far in 2025. One of the best choices I've made was starting my journey of renewal. I did get into therapy. I have finally been able to go back to the gym. Your girl has been consistent, and she has been seeing her results, and I'm so happy. I do struggle with my weight, keeping it up, most definitely, because I also struggle with eating. I'm just a really picky person, and also goes with health stuff. I've been a consistent weight for a good while, and I've been keeping it up, so I'm very proud of myself. But when it comes to the how are you question and all, I am doing so much better. I'm getting so much happier, and life is starting to form out how I'd like it. Life is what we want when it's said and done. So I'm going with God's word, and I'm being consistent, and I'm being faithful, and it's definitely been a time, and I still have my off days as a normal person, but I just gotta see it through. And I'm not afraid for what God has to come, because I know with him by my side I can get through anything, because I can do all things with Christ who strengthens me. I feel 25 has good things in store for me and my family, and that's all I can say on that topic. Another question that some of my family members asked me, which seemed odd, but definitely was my plan going forward when it comes to, as in relationships, my relationship with God, school, my career that I want to do, life. Like I said, I plan on staying to myself for a very long time. I know some people have struggled with being consistent with that, but I've never had a problem with it. I don't really have the desire to be with anyone, and it kind of like makes my stomach queasy thinking about being with somebody else, which is a good thing in my part, because I don't want it. I want to learn myself more and be faithful to me and my God. So on that hand, I just plan on being alone but not lonely. When it comes to my spirituality, I'm definitely gonna keep going really strong when it comes to that, because that is what keeps me up most days, knowing that God has a plan for me. He has plans for me. He has a plan to prosper me and not to harm me. A plan to give me hope in the future. And when I think of that, it gives me all of the motivation to keep going, honestly. So I just plan to keep going strong with my spirituality, and I pray for a hardened heart, and I pray for a breakthrough financially, with my health, with my mentality, with my physical appearance. When it comes to the gym, of course, I pray for a breakthrough in my maturity, and all of those things I would rather stay on track with God with, instead of going for the worldly ways. I plan on staying strong with that. With school, I definitely plan on staying through with early college, and I do plan on changing all my classes to AP classes, so I will be at the ability to have a 6.0 GPA. Like, who do you know? As a freshman, I had a 4.8, and I'm so excited to see what sophomore/junior year has in store. I do still plan on being a lawyer in my future, and if being a lawyer is not what God has in store, I have always dreamed of being a content creator, but I've always had a really big dream of being a content creator. If you've watched me before in the past, you already know I had a really big decision whether I wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor, and that's generally still on the plate, but lawyer is my go-to at the moment. but I am taking a medical terminology class, so who knows, I might want to switch. I still plan on being head fast when it comes to my future. Keep grinding. I'm never gonna stop. I gotta keep going until I get where I want, and get what I want, and be where I want, and be who I want. So when it comes to my future, I plan on continue going strong. That's kind of all the questions combined together. There was more that I was asked, but I feel like there are more questions I can answer in a regular video. But I will be coming out with a maintenance video soon. I don't think I will be recording on my trips because I am getting back into YouTube. And when it comes to me getting back and not me just continuing, I don't want to jump the gun and mess up. And I also would like to take the time on my trips to enjoy them, because they are at the end of summer, or yeah, technically at the end of summer. And I do not want to just bombard myself with, or my family, with the camera in their face and the camera in my face, and have the worries of editing and getting it out on time. I just want to enjoy my last bit of summer when it comes. But you already know how I get when it comes to back to school videos. Those videos are always my best done videos, my well-be videos. So actually look out for those. I literally just booked my hair appointment for back to school a few hours ago. I have to book my nail appointment and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to stay strong and keep going. Y'all know how I feel when it comes to repetitive content, so I try to give y'all different things and variety of contents, but y'all know my niche is always the same. But don't worry, because I have a lineup of videos coming out. So the next few videos will be back to school, and then y'all will see, you know, days of my life, weeks of my life, collective vlogs. All to say that I'm so excited. But that concludes this video, my first video back. I don't even know how it feels saying that. Hopefully I made some new YouTube family, and hopefully this reached out to my YouTube family that I already have. Make sure you guys subscribe. I cannot wait to come back to YouTube, but I hope you guys got a load full of information from this video. Hopefully I caught you up on everything, and if not, hopefully I answer your questions in the next coming videos. But I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video and record for you. But hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.